I do want to try a primer. I don't always use primer. Sometimes I use tinted SPF and then apply a little bit of minerals over that if I need extra coverage. But I've had this Youngblood mineral primer sample for a few months and I do want to try it out. I got this as a sample gift with purchase type of thing through Lovely Skin. Every time you place an order, they allow you to choose 2 samples, and this is actually a very generous size sample. It is that silicone type of primer. It's kind of similar to the Prime Time from Bare Minerals, and it comes out clear. And I'm rubbing it on the back of my hand, and the thing that I've noticed when I'm rubbing this in is that it kind of starts to pill almost, but when you rub it in, it feels very different. It doesn't have that super slip that I thought it was going to have with the silicone-based primers, that when you rub it in, it's like almost like that slip that your hand or your face has, that slippery kind of greasy, I hate to say greasy, kind of feel, but that's the only way I can describe it. And it has a little bit of that, but it's not bad. So it might be promising. I'm going to take a little bit of this, just a tiny, tiny bit, and I have washed my hands. I don't normally use primers, but sometimes I do. I'm going to take this right under the eyes as well. I don't know what is that? Oh, it's a text message coupon from Bed Bath & Beyond. Well, this lady does not need to shop before moving. I'm going to leave that for when I get to Colorado. Okay. So it does make my face feel really soft, and it doesn't have that kind of slippery feel like I was saying earlier, so this might actually be pretty promising. I think the Youngblood cosmetic stuff is pretty pricey. I don't know how much this is, but that's going to last me a good bit if it works. So I'm going to go in with my Bare Minerals, and I just like to take a little bit of it into my cap, and this is what I use as concealer, and I may actually use, yeah, let's do this. Let's do the Bobbi Brown. This is the Tinted Eye Brightener in Bisque number 3. So I haven't used this in a little bit, and I like to take just a tiny bit right in this inner part where I have like the darkest circles. So did that really do anything? Maybe a little bit. So I like to use the Morphe E27 brush, which is actually a crease brush, and I've used this before for eyeshadow and it works really well. But this is the brush that I use to buff in my minerals as my concealer under my eye area. And that may sound a little bit bizarre to use powder, but I'm telling you, it covers very well. And I used to think, how is powder going to actually stay on the skin there and actually cover? And it's just about the method of application and the product that you're using as well. But I use Bare Minerals as my concealer, and it works so, so good. So I just swirl, tap, and then I just, in circular motions, I just buff this under the eye. And I don't try to overlap too much the brightener that I use if I'm using a brightener for that day. And I just kind of go around this area, this outer corner where I have a little bit of discoloration, which is pretty normal, and you can probably see a difference between this eye that has a little bit of concealer and this eye that doesn't, and it's very lightweight. And I also use this on my lids, and that acts as my primer before eyeshadows. And when you look up close, it looks like my skin. It just looks like my skin is so perfect under there, and you can't even detect that there's any sort of product. Whereas creams, if you're not careful with blending or careful choosing a formula, it's very obvious there's something there, which is why I love the minerals, and I have talked this minerals into the ground. I know, but I'm telling you, minerals is the best. I just can't see myself using other products or shying away from minerals. I think I'll always have them in my collection, and just something like that to start your day. Curl your lashes, throw some brow gel on, and it's like you just look so much more refreshed. So that's what I love about it. And then for the face, I'm going to use a little bit of the same minerals. I like to use the Morphe E8, which looks like this. It's such a good brush. This is the perfect brush for contouring. So if you like to contour, if you like to add blush on the apples of the cheek. This size and this shape is really well made for that, but I use it to do my minerals. So again, pouring some into the cap. Focus. Don't focus on, there we go. You guys can see that is plenty enough to get you going with like a good first layer. So again, swirling, tapping, and I'm going to just basically buff and erase some of these marks on my face. And I'm so happy with the way this looks on my skin, and using less, you'd be surprised how much you're actually going to really enjoy it, and it's going to make your skin just look so much more refreshed and youthful. It's so different than slathering on liquid foundations, and it's transformed my skin really. And just something like that is enough for me to start my day. I don't really need to go crazy. Alright, so for bronzer, I busted out my Smashbox palette that I've had for a couple months. It is disgusting and dirty. I apologize for that. But this is the LA Lights palette, the Contour Blush and Highlight. I'm not sure if this is available, like this setup, but these colors are available to purchase in like trios and little mini palettes. So I like to use the Rich Bronze shade. I do like that, and as you can see, you can tell where I swirl my brush around, and the blushes are really great. The formula is really good as well. Smashbox makes some good stuff. And I like to use the Morphe E3. And I'm talking about the brushes because someone asked me to mention brushes as I use them. So that's what we're doing. The Morphe E3 is the perfect bronzing brush. And I just lightly kind of tap, swirl, and buff. Not too heavy, very light-handed with the bristles against my face so that I don't lift any of my minerals. And a lot of the times I've been just using bronzer, and that's it, no blush. So I'm not sure if I'm going to go for anything different today. But let's just add some of this bronzer to the apples of the cheek. And it's such a flattering shade. If you have very fair skin, the rich bronze is really pretty. Okay, now for highlighting, I have not used my Anastasia Glow Kit in Gleam. This is amazing, and I think I'm going to go for this. I don't know if this is still available. It should still be. But their classic glow kits are really good. I'm not talking about like the ones that make you look like a unicorn or from another planet in outer space. Those are really pretty and fun to use, but they're classic glow kits that have tones that are complementary to your skin tone. Those are the ones that I think are amazing. This one, the Gleam, is good for lighter skin tones. You can see these are the shades. But let's go in with the light pink. And it just makes your skin look so, so pretty. And you don't really see that kind of, that sort of pinky tone. It's just more like a glow, or it looks like it's your skin. Done for highlight. Brows, I think I'm going to do those off camera because that's not going to be anything different. I have a video on it. It's the Maybelline Brow Define and Fill Duo. One side is a pencil, one side is a powder. I did a video how to do this in 5 minutes. I'll link it here so you can see that. But I'm going to do this and then I'll be right back. Alright, so I did my brows and I used the Benefit Clear Brow Gel. Everything that I used for my face today will be listed down below just in case any of you want to try anything that I'm wearing. And we are moving on to the eyes, and I accidentally deleted the intro part where I was talking about what ideas I had for makeup today and what I was actually going to use. But yeah, I'm going to tell you guys that again because I deleted it like a dummy. But I'm using the Jaclyn Hill palette. Some people love Morphe, some people hate it, some people, you know, have their issues with it, and I totally get it. Honestly, I would not tell you guys that this palette is worth it if it wasn't. Like, I really think that the quality of these eyeshadows are so much better than the regular Morphe palettes. Because this is good. I'm going to do some of the lighter shades. I don't have a little card that has the names, so I'll list them down below. But I'm going to use some of these, like, really light shades. Now, when you put your brush in these, it will kick up some fallout and some powdery stuff, but honestly, it's not that bad. It's not that big of a deal. I mean, you're dealing with powder, so some will have that kick up and some, you know, won't. So I'm going to do just a little bit of some defining here in the crease, not something crazy, because I think I may do some wing liner, and I think I'm gonna, I don't know. I have not even decided what I'm doing. I'm just kind of going where the wind takes me, you guys. I'm gonna switch to the Morphe M433 brush, which looks like this, and I'm gonna go in with this this shade here, right next door to this one, which has a bit more of a kind of rosy undertone. I love this color, and I'm going to go right on this outer V and just lightly blend that in, just to add a little bit of extra. And like these two shades, and maybe a little bit of this here, like these three, am I in frame? Yes. These three here, these three, just that in the crease and on the outer V with some liner mascara is literally all you need. It's so pretty. But I'm going to use the MAC 219. It's so disgusting and dirty, but this is a really good brush. And I'm going to go in just mixing both of those two shades that I have in my crease. And I'm just going to quickly add a little bit of color to the lower lashes just to kind of pull everything together. So it's not like I completely neglected the lower lashes and then did nothing. So I don't want to be too top heavy up here. Alright, so for liner, I'm going to use the Maybelline gel liner. It's still in the packaging. I hauled this like several weeks ago, and yeah, I have not gotten around to it because I have been using the Maybelline, the curvy liquid liner. This is really, really good. What else have I been using? Oh, I'm trying to finish up my Lancome bendable liner. I've had this for a couple months, and I swear it's like it doesn't end. Like, I don't know what's going on with that, but I do want to use this gel liner. It's been staring at me every time I come in here. And I want to use it. The brush that I'm going to use is the Zoeva Winged Liner number 317. So it's a wing liner brush, angled liner I should say. Really simple, but it's very, very thin. The bristles, the way they're cut, it's not a very thick and wide angle cut. It's just very, very thin like paper. So you're going to be able to really get precise with it. So I like this a lot. And I'm going to start, whoa. I forgot how freaking pigmented this is. My goodness. It's been a long time since I used this. So if I don't talk, that's why. I'm like concentrating really hard here, so I don't mess this up. I think I'm going to do the wing after I do both of just the basic lines so that I can try to get the wing even, because that's what's going to take me like 5 hours to do, because I cannot do wing liner to save my life. This is why I never do it. So once I do this, there's no going back. Okay, so I try to do the wing and match it up. It's been a very long time. I'm talking about maybe several months since I've done a wing liner, and it's been a long time since I've used a gel. I've been using liquid liner pens, and I think those are much easier. So the wing may not be exactly perfect on both eyes, but you know what? Who freaking cares? It's just makeup. I can wipe it off at the end of the day. So I'm moving on to mascara. Lash Paradise by L'Oreal. This stuff is so good, you guys. I know that everybody's talking about this. I've seen a couple videos on it right after I posted my review, which I will link here if you haven't seen it. It is a very good mascara. I think the hype on this is absolutely worth it. So I'm just going to coat my lashes with this. This is going to give me a lot of thickness, length, volume, and definition as well, everything that I look for. You can do mascara with this look if you do something like this. You can also do false lashes, individual lashes. And then for mascara on the lower lashes, I don't use this because this brush is a little too big and I can get kind of sloppy with it. So I always use the Clinique High Impact Mascara. I have a couple of these tubes open, these little sample sizes that come with like gift with purchases, and the brush The bristles on this brush is really small, so they get the lower lashes really nicely. Alright, so for lips, I'm going to use some products, or this one product in particular, the Pop of Passion lip product from Bare Minerals. I have a few of these little minis that were gifted to me from my sister for Christmas. She gave me this huge Bare Minerals kit that had lip products, these little lipstick things like lip oil balms, the glosses, eyeshadows, blushes, setting powder, the mineral veil, some skincare sample things. It had a lot of stuff, and I have not used any of these except for the nude one, which is a tone like this. I was wearing this in my last Q&A video, the part 1 and 2. I was using this nude over Jouer. Liquid lipstick in Melon, so it's kind of like a peachy nude. So I'm going to use this one in Plumberry Pop, and I'll show you the swatch of it because this color is not available on the Macy's website, which they are on sale for $8 at the moment, and I think the sale ends on the 20th, I believe. I don't know. I think it said the 20th. But it's a really pretty berry, pinky plummy berry type of color. So, ooh, these are actually really pigmented. No lip liner, I'm just going straight in with it. So there you have it. The viewfinder is pulling up a little bit more of a, I don't know, maybe it's just the way it looks on my laptop here on the screen. But it is a very pretty shade. It's very comfortable. It's the lip balm oil, so they're very comfortable and glossy. Alright guys, so that completes the look today, and I hope that you guys enjoyed this video, this get ready with me, kind of just relaxed, just laid back, getting ready together, and hopefully you got ready with me. If not, you can always maybe watch this video and get ready. The next time you're heading out the door, you can maybe do a look similar to this, or you could do something else. But I hope that you enjoyed it, and I really like this look. I wanted to do something different with the lip, and I'm glad that I stuck with it and did this color. And I will have it listed down below just in case any of you have it, or if you can find it by any chance online, maybe even Amazon. But you don't have to use that particular product to get this lip. There's plenty of colors out there, that even at the drugstore, that are relatively affordable, that can recreate this look here. And simple gel liner, you can find that anywhere. The Maybelline one, I do recommend that because that is pigmented as all get out. And as I said before, I'm going to keep messing around with my hair and, you know, getting used to doing these waves. It was pretty easy for me to do. I did this with a curling iron, a 1-inch curling iron. But the more I do it, the more comfortable I get. I will be able to do a video for you guys. So hopefully sometime in the next month or so, I can get that going and kind of show you guys. But I just washed and dried it, threw it around the curling iron barrel for a few seconds, and just a tiny bit of hairspray. Nothing crazy, because I don't like to goop up my hair with a lot of product, and that is it. No teasing products. I only tease just a little bit of the roots around my hairline and the crown in the back, but that is it. Thank you guys so much for watching today's video. I hope that you enjoyed this tutorial. If you haven't subscribed, please hit that subscribe button and become part of my YouTube family. If you are a subscriber, thank you so much for your continued love and support. It means more than you'll ever know. And if you want to follow me on social media, I'll leave my socials in the description bar, where you can chat with me. This hair. You can chat with me and kind of get to see me off camera. And also check out my Q&A videos that I posted last Monday and last Friday, where I answer some personal and skincare YouTube related questions if you want to get to know me. And I do appreciate you spending some of your day with me. Have a fabulous day, and I will talk to you all very soon. Bye-bye.